You just have to unmute yourself. Good morning. There we go. How are you?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Good. You got it
I
all
have
figured
my
out?
protein drink,
All right.
cup of coffee.
All right.
And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You got it all figured out last night?
Oh yeah, thanks for checking.
Great. And
Go ahead.
if you notice in the chat, I already put what I talked about. I put the daily schedule in there, and I also put the participant guide, like how to get to the resources in KW Connect.
Yeah, my box is empty. My guess is because you put that in before I entered the room.
Oh, okay. I will start over.
I'm only guessing.
Huh.
Maybe it's just me.
Jordan, are you actually with us?
Yes, I'm here, but I am kind of doing everything.
Is your chat empty also? Is that how that works?
Let me check. I know if you join after something has been put in, you don't see it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, then I won't put it in so quickly. I'll wait a couple minutes and put it in then.
Yeah,
thank you, Jordan.
We're all learning about the Zoom stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to practice sharing your screen? Do you know how to do that part?
I do, but I think it's most important I get my presentation open.
Yeah. Do you want to practice that with me before it's 9 o'clock?
Sure. So, am I going to be need? Because I
gotta make you. I gotta make you co-host. I forgot. Hold on.
All right.
Make co-host. Yes. There you go.
All right. And then, will I be responsible for admitting people as they come in late?
They should not need to be admitted. They should be able to get automatically, and we removed that part to make it easier.
Okay, great. Is there any other logistical things?
When you share your screen, you can't really see the chat anymore. So if you recognize somebody that you kind of know, once more people jump on and you ask them to keep an eye on the chat for you in case any questions are coming up, it's helpful to have a buddy that's helping you with that part.
Well, I'm actually going to log in with a second computer. I registered twice.
Okay.
I'm going to open the chat box in that computer.
Okay, great.
And I will test, practice sharing screens.
Okay. There you go. You did it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
You're in great shape.
I think so. Just the logistics, every Zoom is set up a little different, and just want to make sure I'm up to speed with what we're doing. So give me a minute. I'm going to get my other computer logged in.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll just mute out here and I'll let you get things going, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Laura, what association are you guys with? Are you with Santa Clara or Silvar?
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, okay.
Agents obviously have a choice, and some of them are members of both. Like, for example, I'm a member of Santa Cruz and Santa Clara. And but most of us, I mean, I'm going to say probably 99% are Santa Clara.
Okay.
As their number one.
Awesome.
So you guys, while Rod's getting set up, I just learned something new today, that I've been putting information in the chat. And if you guys log in after I've put that information in, you don't see it. So I will, first of all, saying good morning, and Rod is getting set up, and I've been putting instructions in every morning on on what your daily schedule should look like, as well as how to get to the materials inside of KW Connect. And I've been putting them in so early that probably most of you aren't seeing those instructions. So I'll wait a few minutes and I'll pop that in there, Rod. And so far you have the on-time people. You have 10, look at that, right now you have 10 or maybe 9 if you don't count me. And I know, like I said, so far this week, we've had somewhere between 20 and 30 people. So I know you're gonna get more people popping in, okay?
Yeah, and then Will, do we have any admin support staying on the meeting with us during this training?
You can holler and I'll be in the background a bit, but like I said, it's helpful for you if you recognize somebody and can ask them to kind of keep an eye on the chat or be your admin help. Jordan, are you going to be on the whole time?
No, I'm leaving at like 9:30.
Okay. Jordan's really good at admin help, but a lot of these people have been doing
Yeah.
these for a while.
I just
so.
want to make sure if someone was online that I could count on, that'd be great. I can manage it. I just wanted to delegate if I could. It's okay. We got it covered.
Okay. I think you'll be fine. And again, a lot of these guys have been on it a lot, so I think you'll have a lot of help. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hide myself and let you get started. And thank you so much for facilitating for us today. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, you're really welcome. So,
and start out by introducing yourself. That'd be great. Thank you.
yeah, I will. In fact, I'm going to put the screen up for a moment and kind of, whoops, that was not the right button. So, so just a little bit about us. I am in business with my wife, Karen, and we joined Keller Williams from RE/MAX in 2011. Karen was licensed much earlier than I. We're both in the Santa Clara MLS, I know, or board. I know someone asked Silva or not. So we're in the not. Let's see. Karen was licensed, she's been almost 30 years, and I'm honored that she persuaded me to come and join her, and our son Stephen also works with us. So I think I'll stop there. What I'd like to suggest is everyone is familiar by now with the chat box. I'd like you to just open up your chat box and type to everybody. I'd like to know if you are, how long you've been in business in real estate, and if some of you, I understand, are actually waiting to get tested so you could become licensed, go ahead and put P as in pre-license in the chat box for me. So I'd like to just get us interactive a little bit, want to communicate with you through chat as we go. So Elsie's already put in first, she's pre-licensed. Here's a new agent. Oh, starting with COVID. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. 3 days. 2017. Colleen, I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Well, that's perfect. So this helps me very much, and I appreciate you playing with the chat box with us. So Colleen, either if you could chat, or Jordan's going too long. That's funny. And Dipti, 2017. So tell us either through chat or open up your microphones. Let us know about what your experience has been during the first couple of years.
Well, I have been a full-time teacher, and I got my license and realized that Keller Williams had all their classes during the day and I couldn't really attend. And then I was a referral agent for a little while, didn't really do anything. And then I was with EXP for like the last year and just didn't feel like I was getting the support that I needed.
Very, very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing that. So are you committing full time to become a real estate agent, or are you just taking advantage of COVID and doing midweek, midday training?
I'm kind of taking advantage of COVID.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, this is a wonderful, perfect, sad, but opportunistic for you. Dipti, am I saying your name correctly? I thought I saw you go by. Okay, she's muted and no video, so she must want to stay anonymous, which is fine. Jordan, too long. What the heck does that mean?
So I've been licensed since 2014, and I've been involved with real estate for the past 16 years. My family has been involved in almost every facet of real estate. So commercial development, residential development, international development, investment. So I've gotten to see every different angle of it, business opportunities. And then for a while, I was working with my grandfather, who has a development company, I guess you could call it.
Mhm.
And I was helping him negotiate the deals.
Okay. Well,
And then I plunged right into full licensure in 2014 and was at a boutique firm, and then came to Keller Williams in 2018.
excellent. Which office are you in, Jordan?
Santa Cruz.
Oh, it's a nice office. I like visiting down there. It's been a long time. Very, very good. Let me ask one more question within the chat box. I just want to be respectful, and sometimes we get into Keller Williams lingo and acronyms. Is there anyone that's with us that is not either committed to Keller Williams or for with another company that's practicing, just so that I can make sure I can back up and explain when I say a word 411 or hit other items. So I'm not seeing it in chat box yet, so I'm assuming that we're all Keller Williams. So good morning, Keller Williams. I'll start with that.
Good morning.
All righty, so we'll have people popping in, but and I am not a frequent instructor, so I'm going to assume that everybody has been taking at least one more class before this one. Is there anyone here for the first time? Okay, again, silence. So you have access to your workbook. Is that correct? Maybe just give me a thumbs up that you have your participant book. Chrissy, all week, way to go. Zach, I see one thumbs up. Dennis, a thumbs up. Is anyone else in the room? Ooh, I was planning on making this fairly interactive. I hope I have at least one participant that stays. I know.
I'll interact with you.
Jordan, you got to go. But, all right. What do you say? Let's get started, shall we?
Yes, let's go.
All righty, let's go. So, and I've got too many windows open now, so bear with me as I shut things down. I can't even see the presentation. So I would like to ask for help for any one of us to help each other. Wait a minute, Mardelli's got no book. Is there someone that can jump in right now? I'm going to unshare. Jump in and help Mardelli find the book. Do you have access, Mardelli, to my KW or KW Command, KW Connect? I can't remember. Okay, she does. Where does she go from there, guys?
So when you're on KW Connect, if you type in the search icon, Ignite Labs, because this is Ignite 2.0 Labs, there's going to be a search that comes up. You have to hit load more results and you'll see Ignite 2.0 Labs as a selection. You can click on that one, and then it is under the materials section.
So that was a lot of instructions. Hopefully you captured that. Just pop in either on chat or open your mic up and let us know if you get stuck, okay? Oh, and look at this. Clinton, you rock. What a great idea. Mardelli, can you see in the chat box, Clinton posted this particular session, and you should be able to click it and it'll upload into your computer. Do you see that? Oh, she says, got it, thank you. All right, we're rocking and rolling here. Thanks for helping everybody out, guys. I want to let you know that it's an honor for me to spend this time with you. And you know what? There's a bit of selfishness on my part that I want to admit right now. Can anyone guess why it would be a benefit for an old fart like me to jump in and teach newbies information about databases?
Well, you get some fresh, some blood, and we get to come to you for assistance. I don't know, exposure is what I would assume.
Very good. So I want to be transparent. Exposure is not a key for me, but you know the benefit, and I want to share this with you as you mature in our business, is do give back. There is, first of all, a very strong, for some individuals, depending on how you're wired, there's a belief about giving back, feed your soul. And guess what? Going through the material, prepping last night, I kind of like, oh yeah, that's what this database is for. Or like, oh, I should do this. So it actually benefits me in my own practice. So these are reasons for you to consider as you move in your careers and giving
Makes
back.
sense.
Awesome. So where are we? Your guys, this class is very comprehensive, and this particular session today on databases is really related to the process of lead generation. And once you obtain a contact, what do you do and how do you manage it and why is it important? So first of all, let's start with what is a database. Excuse me. Let me just check. Is it, say, the big picture on the upper left? Anyone can just confirm?
Yes.
Thank you. So the database is, and living is a key thing. It's a record of business relationships. And this database is going to facilitate, if it's implemented correctly, to help you nurture those relationships. This is about relationships. It's not about contacts. And over time, and this may be really difficult to understand this as you're just getting in the business or just studying to get your test, but it will produce, and I will test, a predictable flow of business. And you can also use the database to improve your service, who you are to your relationships. So I want to take a minute. I have little notes on the bottom left. If you see that pop up and I forget, just help yourself. But I want to refer to the booklet that you should all have now, page 3. There's questions, and I actually would like to just open this up. And I'd say let's use chat, and I may open up the mic for you to talk about this. But let's start with question 1. Please get your chat windows open. Next. So what is the purpose of your database?
I would assume the purpose of your database is to, you know, it's like the fuel to your business. It's everything. It's, you know.
All right. Any other comments, either chat or voice?
It's an organized section to reach out to your clients.
Very good. Very good. And I'll just add to the last 2 comments to say that it really is a placeholder to manage all of your relationships. Elsa just chatted to all of us to stay connected with your community. Right on. This tool is invaluable. And we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about structuring and organizing to help this be useful, which gets to the second question. Why in the heck, why is a database valuable to us?
Our lifeline.
Lifeline, what do you mean by that?
Your money.
Money. Was that Jordan? Money. Listen to this.
Yep.
Yep. All right, Jordan, go, man. There is a proven fact over and over that the more contacts, relationships that you're nurturing, you are going to make more money. So give me some examples of other industries besides real estate use databases for prospecting and marketing. What have you experienced?
Financial sector, any sort of sales.
Yeah, car insurance. They call me all the time.
Car insurance. Wow, I haven't been on their robo dial yet. Yeah, it's a way to nurture business. I mean, I'll share with you transparently, this isn't a commitment, but a recent example for me. I pre-ordered a Tesla Model Y. My wife and I have chosen to go all electric quite a few years ago. And so I, of course, did the pre-order. And oh my God, I've gotten emails and contacts from all kinds of employees at Tesla. So that worked, whatever I did by putting a pre-order in. Any other examples before we move to the last question? What makes
Hey,
targeted?
Rod,
Go ahead.
I have a question actually for you about your database. Are you using Command or are you using another third party for your database?
Well, I would normally hold that off until later, but since you did share when we got started, I think you said you're leaving at 9:30 today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I may not get to what we're doing. So I'm going to take a jump to the end to answer Jordan's question.
Sorry.
Art, that's all right. We're here to help each other, and there's nothing wrong with this. I am not using Command. However, if I was at the state of all of you that shared how long you've been in the business, even you, Jordan, I would use Command. I had the opportunity in our office. AJ is our tech ambassador. We've worked on some other virtual housing projects together. And so I've gotten to know AJ very well, and he's been sharing a lot of the features of Command with me and like inviting me to migrate over. So it is finally, because I've been with Keller Williams enough to see a few iterations of a thing called eEdge, which hopefully none of you are using or have access to anymore. Command looks like it is the dream product, of which only a part, is the database, a very powerful database. So I'm going to get into an example of Command later, but we are using a system through a coaching company outside of Keller Williams that we brought over before we joined Keller Williams. It's called By Referral Only. And By Referral Only also recognized the power of a database about a decade ago, and so they have a product included in our coaching membership called My Clients. So it addresses all the things that we're going to talk about that Command does that you get included with your Keller Williams. I believe it's included, isn't it? I actually don't even know. Is there an extra fee to use Command?
Yes.
We have a technology fee, but it's included in our agent fees.
But we all pay for it, right?
Yes.
Right, I'm paying for it, not using it. So it's basically included in your Keller Williams. Use it. It's like awesome. I'm paying a hell of a lot more for our benefits with our database.
Well, I like to add about Command. I just started to share my app through Command. And one of my buyer is very effective with the technology, and she's like using it till end. It's really, really helpful. What houses she sees, what she likes about them. It's really 5-star.
That's excellent. And we're going to talk about the database more in detail. So what I'd like to do is let's move on. Jordan, it's a great question, and I appreciate your endorsement of what Command can do. One of many benefits with the app that is offered for consumers. So why the fourth question? What makes targeted marketing effective? Ding dong, ding 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 ding.
You score more hits.
Go ahead, Elise.
I say you score more hits, kind of. You get your clients out of that pool.
Exactly. Let me go back to my Tesla example. Let's say Tesla sold my contact information to somebody else, someone that distributes diapers. Would I give a crap at my age about diapers?
No, maybe.
No. Maybe. Senior diapers. Oh my God, I didn't even get that. All right, never mind. You might have a point there. Now I'm going to quickly move on. That is funny. Oh my goodness. So databases. There are sort of, I'll say, 3 levels of accomplishment in measuring the strength of your database. Oops. So the first level is essential. A name, a contact. Are they a past client? And, are you in touch with them? I would say that your iPhone or Droid or your contact database in your computer is plenty essential or plenty good enough for essential. However, I would suggest get off of it. You import those people into a real database. don't rely on your contacts on your phone to do this work.
Right.
Okay, we're all in agreement there, it sounds like.
Mhm.
So the next level of the strength of your database is how effective is it? And to do this, you need to obtain permission. You want to collect information. You want to understand what's important to them. The seventh point is you want to segment your database, which Command allows you to do. We're going to talk about that later. So Jordan, if you don't know, I would just, oh, it's 9:20 already. Probably you're going to miss it, but there's a way if you don't know to put what they call tags in, and be purposeful and consistent in your communication. Don't get all excited and then give up in six months about doing your communication. So that becomes a level 2 of effective database. So what makes a database exceptional? It's automated. You have automated tools that go with your database. This could be in terms of your stay in touch programs. This could be if you get a lead to have quick autoresponders and have that contact put directly into your database. Jordan, bye-bye. Thank you very much. So we talked about what a database is. Let's get into why use a database. So the reason that we want to use a database is it's called avoid a today trap. Anyone want to guess what the heck that means? Because I had to stop when I was preparing for us today.
Avoid the today trap.
I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
don't know. No, I don't know. That sounds new to
Avoid
me.
the today trap. What it means is, let's say you're fortunate enough with your Command app, consumer app, or some marketing you're doing, or maybe someone you know is interested in transacting in real estate.
Mhm.
And that's all you focus on. So you don't want to just stay on what's present today in the next month or two of what you're working on. So we want to have predictable return on investment. That's ROI, return on investment. We're going to get into this some more. So there's today's business and tomorrow's business. Without a database, it's only built for today, right? Does that make sense? So let's give an example. Let's just pretend that we have a sphere, that's not the right word to use, a community of 100 individuals. That's 10 by 10 matrix in front of us. And question is, how many are interested in real estate? Well, some people don't really care, right? Students, who knows, right? So then next is, here's 7 people that are very interested in real estate of that 100 right now. And then the question is, which of these 7 are not affiliated already have a relationship with a real estate professional like yourself? You got to figure all that out.
Right.
Okay, good. So why use the database? So going back to return on investment, statistics show, and this is out of Gary Keller's MERB, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, for every dollar you invest in your database activities, which we'll describe in a minute, in just a few minutes what those are, you can expect at least $14. What I don't know about Command, and I have a feeling it does, there are measurement tools now to actually continually monitor your investment, your spend, and what you're getting in terms of return. But it's only a guess, I'm not sure. It should be in there. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say there are ways to measure it. The more like for campaigns, for instance, it shows you how much that you're spending and how many leads that you're getting out of it. So it's really organized in that way.
That's exactly right. So that's, I do have personal experience in that with Command. Thanks again to AJ and the Campbell office. As we were getting into the virtual open houses, how in the heck are we going to promote this? So he suggested that I use Command. We develop a Facebook ad, and that is our tool to let people know about the open house in these pandemic times. So yes, and there were measurements. You choose how much you want to spend, and then you get metrics back of the effectiveness, the reach, and who responded. So getting to the sort of the predictable REO, there's three things. You want to talk about the cheapest way to get customer acquisition, that is getting clients. Think about the lowest conversion cost. And in the end, and I will say for sure, even though we're not using command, our database has proven to pay for itself over and over. So how do we develop the database? I'm just going to check here. It's 9:25. Any feedback? Is this going at a good pace? Can you provide me? Because I'm not a
No,
practice.
this is a good pace for me at least.
Okay, everyone else is doing okay? Faster, slower? Just chat while I'm going, okay?
This is fine.
Okay, thank you. So what about developing the database? There's kind of two ways to develop, and I would say that you need to think about both of them simultaneously. There's the old-fashioned prospecting, picking up the phone. I believe the structure of this Ignite class is after this is over, and hopefully you have been taking time after the first few classes and will continue to call, make phone calls, reach out, send emails, get connections going, and continue to build your database. And then the other way to do it, if you're in a financial ability to do this, is marketing. It was mentioned that Command has tools that you can do Facebook and social media type promotions. I believe there are fixed templates, all kinds of tools that have been tested through Keller Williams International. And again, in our office, I believe each of our offices has a tech ambassador for those who need to get on. I'm sure they'll be available, and there are ongoing classes, I know, at every office to continue to embed Command into your practice. So as you're either marketing or doing in-person prospecting, segment into groups, we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Figure out an engagement plan, and again, the Command tools are going to help you with this. And like a farmer, you need to tend it. That means actually weeding people out of your database, potentially. You need to review it, and a test that my coach at BioReferral only said is you're sending, let's say once a month, you just go name by name. Would I recognize this person in a grocery store? And now the bigger challenge, would I recognize this person in a grocery store with their mask on?
Oh.
So anyway, these are weird times right now, but it's a way to test to say, is this really somebody I want to keep in my database? Now, all that being said, how expensive is it? Depending on the programs you use and keeping in touch, we can talk about that, because we also use a hard postcard mailings to stay in touch with our clients. And if you're mailing to people that are just stupid, in terms of yielding or lending to business, you need to remove them and save that dollar or card. That's the tend over time. Okay, good. So here's some examples of the groups, the segmenting. So it could be by business relationship. Some of you may have transacted, so obviously you have a past client, but perhaps you have someone that you're engaged with now, like you got a lead through your client using the Command consumer app. Maybe someone's referred business to you. Maybe you segment your database by hobbies and interests. I know various agents, if I've been in, maybe they're dog lovers, or maybe it's a spiritual center or your church. Maybe you're a president of your HOA, you know a lot about condominiums. So those are some ideas, and I'm going to drill down a little bit more later. Well, actually, I'm going to spend a minute now, if that's okay. What does a Wolf Group do in terms of our database? And I got to let you know where we are is I'm spending a huge amount of time nurturing professional relationships. So I'm investing in a fairly expensive networking group. It's called Provisors. And the group consists about 60% of attorneys, various
Oh, wow.
specialties of attorneys. They could be divorce attorneys, wills and trust attorneys. They could be attorneys that won't be in my database ever because they're mergers and acquisitions, or they're doing other very IP work in technology, right? There's a ton of attorneys. But what's cool about attorneys is they're very used to referring to other attorneys. That whole idea of referring is a natural inborn trait as a professional attorney, because they know they can't do it all. It's too broad a space. It's just like most of you probably don't do commercial real estate. I could never imagine doing commercial real estate, but I have a license to do it. This group has yielded, and I'm spending time nurturing relationships there. They're in, of course, our database. The buyer referral only has taught us that your best referrals come from past clients who know and trust you. And this is going to be dependent on each of you doing an outstanding job of service, which is other aspects of the Ignite class. But let's just assume that you deliver 150% service. You're going to be a trusted professional real estate agent, and people that you work with are going to happily recommend you, just like they'd recommend a dentist or a barber shop, if you can get into one. It's a natural thing. And there are scripts and tools to reach out and reach back to these past happy clients to ask for referrals. There's nothing wrong with that. And you should be confident to do that. And that's part of my prospecting. So let's talk about Command. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Oh, it's nice to see everyone's faces. Good morning, or some of you anyway. I want to pop open a resource. I'm going to put it in the chat box. Yes, I found it. So run to your chat box and you should have a link. This is very specific step-by-step instructions on how to segment your database by groups, or what they call tags. I would maybe suggest you click on it now, let it go to your default browser and somehow bookmark it or save it for later if this is something you'd like to do. I'll give you guys a minute before we move on. Everyone find it? Is it working?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. I'm going to put one other thing while we're in the chat box. My door is open, so I'm providing here my contact information, my cell phone or email. Anytime after, if don't ask me about Command details, but anything about the power of a database or anything else about your practice that you're struggling with,
Okay.
I'd love you to spend some time. I'm not a professional coach. I'm not
Right.
trained that way, but I do enjoy, and it feeds me to help people get to the next level in their business.
Appreciate that.
All right, I'm going to move on. So take that step by step. Again, as I look through Command, it looks to be, and the whole infrastructure around it in terms of the marketing, the design, listing presentations, buyer presentations, it's extremely rich. So hats off to Keller Williams. And again, I can't overemphasize how important this is as there are other options out there. Boomtown. What was the one Karen and I used for a while? We left buyer referral only. It's like one of the top ones. They're out of Canada, and I don't remember the name of it. It's good. It's okay. But Command just takes it because it integrates a whole workflow, and they're going to continue to grow it through transaction management. It's going to be awesome. It is awesome. Just going to get better. Okay, hold on. That was the wrong direction. So There are two ways. Oh boy, I'm having issues here. I apologize. I have a very sensitive mouse. So how do we engage the database with a touch plan? You're going to be feeding the database with leads, with any campaigns you choose to engage with. Again, there's tools, and if you reference page 5 of your guide, it will delineate. I'm going to open up your guide too, or not open it, but get to that page. So this is all documented, so you don't have to worry about this in your book. But here are ways of the touch campaigns, and then there's conversion with respect to your contacts. Is this new information for anybody? Or have you been in the lead generation class? I mean, hopefully this is not new.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
new for me.
This is new. All right, good. Do you have any questions as you see this? A lot of information on this slide.
Mm.
So while you're thinking, let me share perhaps what we do in our business, our practice.
Mhm.
So we do have Stay in Touch. I'm actually doing a new program. I'm shuffling here my papers on the desk to my side. So I wanted to show something on the screen. Can you read can you get to my window?
Oh yeah.
Top 50. So I just printed out names, and you'll notice on the right, there's little check boxes. So let me tell you the program that I did. These are people after pandemic. I'm going, oh crap, what's going to happen? How are my people doing? I call them my
Right.
tribe. How's my tribe doing? So I have a campaign that goes like this. I text them. Basically, how are you doing? Can we get together and chat or Zoom?
Mhm.
And when should we do it? Then I talk. So we have a conversation on the phone. We have a Zoom meeting just like we have this, just like this. As soon as we're done, I listen. I take notes, by the way. Enter that into the database, right? How are they doing? How's their family? How's their business? It's not about real estate, ironically enough,
Right.
at all. It's just staying in touch with them. And perhaps there's something that they come up with that's an issue in their life that you can help with. Perhaps I know we have a teacher on the phone. Perhaps there's this challenge of homeschooling. Maybe there's resources to help that friend or your tribe out with resources in homeschooling.
Mm.
So you want to understand what their concerns are today and address those.
Mhm.
Now, it turns out in this conversation, real estate evidently does come up because these people like and know and trust us. They say, well, Rod, how are you and Karen doing? And I basically somehow weave into the conversation, we're doing fine, we're healthy. It's challenging. We miss our international travel. We miss going to restaurants, big part of our lives. We're adapting and pivoting. I brag a little bit about the virtual open house because we can't have traditional open houses. So I tell them how we've been doing virtual open houses and some of the technology we're adapting.
Mhm.
And it gets into, I don't know how, I can't script it for you, but you know,
Right.
well, we're glad you're doing well. And boy, if we know of anybody, we're certainly gonna, introduce you. Done with the call. Next step, I text them right after. Thank you so much. I appreciate the fact that you'll introduce me to people you care about. And then I'll send, the window's still open, right? Yeah. So I have little cards, like there's a little postcard with a wolf to kind of
Nice.
tie together,
Oh.
note in the back.
Lenticular hologram.
Or
Oh.
got all kinds of cards up here. We've been writing cards and notes.
Wow.
Here's
That's cool.
more cards. So
Is that a lenticular holograph on it?
the first one I showed you did. Does that work
Yeah.
on Zoom? Does it work
Yeah,
on
I
Zoom?
can see that. I can see that.
Holy
That's
crap.
cool.
I had no idea that it would work. Oh, there's little nose flips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So anyway, just write a note. I don't put a business card in it. So nice talking to you. address their certain concern, or, you know, that you get it, you're listening, boom, on to the next one.
Mm.
So there's an example of staying in touch. I got my database open. I did things like, hey, you know what? I don't have your birth date.
Mm.
Right? So I'm boosting up the power of my database, because guess what? We send birthday notes out.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
So that's the example of stay in touch and having your database work for you. Oh, this is important. This is in the area of, especially for us in referral-based business, and it is for all of us. We want to be able to have a system for testimonies and reviews. You do good work, and it's not about bragging, but you need
Right.
to be able to document what your clients feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
So after transactions complete, I actually have a pre-done email that I send out, and I give them links directly to our Zillow portal. We're a premier agent in Zillow. What I like about Zillow is that when people post a review, it's actually read by human beings. It's not just, and I coach them on like what not to say. Like, you know, don't put in like Karen's really smart, or, you know, Rod smiles a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, think of a thing or two in their
Purposeful.
transaction that made a difference for them. Make it real and authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want them to be authentic, you know, and I give them, there's different ratings of pick 1 to 5 stars on negotiation, responsiveness. There's various criteria. So we have 3 portals for reviews. We have also become, and I hate it, but I'm there, a Redfin partner agent. It's a huge amount of work to be in that league, and basically it's an overflow. If Redfin agents aren't able to help clients, then they spill over to provide leads. But it's also a portal to put reviews, and they wouldn't even let us apply until we had, I think, 16 or 17, a fair amount of people that would write something for Redfin. So that's all up there in public. And then we also use Yelp. So think about ways to address, and if anyone would like the form letter that we send out, just send me an email and I'll forward it out to you as an example of what we do and instructions we give people. And here's this comment about pruning the database. You know, you want to get rid of, especially if you're investing money as we are and sending things out on a regular basis. Do you want to save costs? Be sure and weed out those. And an example is, it happens to all of us. You know, we've had clients we've engaged with. They maybe bought a house with us and they sell it with another agent. Well, obviously they didn't think of us or felt more compelled to use another professional. So off the database they go. Questions?
No.
All right, this is a great time to doing a time check. It's 1:45. Let's see. Oh, good. I guess we just had some more stuff in the chat box. Any ahas from today's session?
I had an aha, you know, keep in touch with your database. You know, it reminds me of like how I keep in touch with my family. You know, it's the same type of formatting, you know, just, you know, not so much talking necessarily about real estate, but eventually once they ask how you're doing, it has to come up in some fashion. And how important it is to keep in touch with your database and to strengthen your database and to nurture those relationships. Like when you said you have the group and it's 60% lawyers, that like, you know, that kind of like blew my mind. But it makes so much sense. You know, they have that culture of, you know, making referrals, and it only makes sense to nurture relationships with people who, you know, have those same habits. And for me, that was my aha moment.
That is wonderful, Dennis. Thank you for sharing that. I want to invite, I have unshared the presentation. Can I invite people, if you're comfortable, to open your videos up? Make it feel like we're in a conference room together? That would be
Just
great.
get out of the darkness.
Yeah. What other ahas do we have, guys?
I liked it how you would go through your database because, like, I'm new, and so we're just trying to get as many leads and people in our database as possible. But then after a while, I guess you go through and you weed out people because it seems if you don't do that, that's a lot of time. And you focus on your top 50.
Exactly. So that's something we didn't talk about. And Sarah, I appreciate you mentioning the top 50. That's another tag that you can implement. And I believe in Command, you can have multiple tags for the same person. Like, let's say a divorce attorney that regularly refers me business. I'm going to tag them as a top 50 and also as a as part of my network group, because I do different messaging for the network people. That's really good. So you want to just spend extra attention, do extra nice things for your people that are really thinking about you and want you to be successful in your life.
Right.
Any other ahas?
Well, I have to say, when you said you went to the extent of even problem solving for your database, you know, that I hadn't thought of that at all. Oh yeah, that makes so much sense. You know, they'll always keep you in front of your mind because you're more than just a realtor, you know.
Yep. When we, the thing about our business is that we are really a transaction type of business, meaning you engage, you convert, you engage, you solve their problem, find a house, sell a house, you're done. And the purpose of this database is you actually become the realtor for life, right? You're staying in touch. You're seeing how their family grows. These people, I mean, we just had a transaction 2 years ago, cutest young couple. He's a prosecuting attorney, and she's a lawyer that just wanted to raise kids. So she's a stay-at-home mom, and they had kids, grew out of their home, sold their home with us, bought a new one. So, I mean, if we wouldn't have stayed in touch, they might have found someone else to work with, right? It's important.
One thing I've heard a lot of agents say, which I find really true, is we're not necessarily in real estate, but we're more so in the relationship business.
Amen.
Very true.
Amen, Zach. Yeah. In fact, I don't think of my database as a database. It's my tribe.
Right.
I put that level of emotion at their tribe. They're people I care about. And I know they care about us, right? It's a mutual exchange. So very, very good. Yeah. Let me wrap up then with the slides, if I may. So I think we sort of just discussed all of these things. Maybe I would like to ask one question on this slide. Based on our 45 minutes together, or 50 now, what are you going to do different? What's a new thing you're going to do this afternoon, tomorrow, next week, related to databases? Or not?
I guess put more information and gather more information to strengthen my database. You know, the birthdays, you know, I often forget birthdays, and I know so many people that it would only, you know, benefit me to, you know, just a simple thing like, you know, sending a text message, hey, happy birthday. Like, oh, I didn't know you remembered my birthday. You know, like simple little things like that.
Exactly. And then the Command database will have time triggered events to appear in your activity for the day. So it'll, perfect. I love that. So strengthen your database with more fields. That's great.
I think I will try to learn more about Command. Like get more like use of it as much as I can, as better as I can. I am afraid of the technology personally. I'm not really good with technology. It freaks me out. But I think that's gonna be my out of comfort zone, you know, like Gary Keller always talk about it, get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. I think my challenge will be that.
Hey, May.
I mean, even zip forms, I freak out when I fill them out. Like, I really get anxiety by doing it. It's big pressure on me, like doing something on the internet, like online, and like that ties people's 30 years future.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
you know, that philosophy, it really freaks me out, and I really get big anxiety about it. And now during our meeting, I wrote a buyer contract last night at 10:30.
Yes.
She wants to pull it back. She wants to resign the offer. Now I need to make an offer make a form for that. She's getting
Hey, May, I don't know if you saw my message yesterday, because I know you were mentioning this yesterday as well, but Renee does.
On 5 days. She
What's
5
that?
minutes every day.
Not that part. That is good, but what I was gonna say was Renee does Command Resource Hour.
I don't have that on my calendar.
It's not on today. It's every once in a while. I know it pops up every like once a week or so, but try looking for that, because that full hour she's just open to taking questions, and normally it's only like 2 or
Tell me that. Like, where do you find that?
You should get emails of the Market Center, and it will give you a full calendar of like all the activities for the day. So
I'm
just
sure about that, because I don't know anything about that.
try reaching out to Laura or messaging Renee directly, and I'm sure they can, yeah, they would definitely set you up.
Thank you, Zach. There are a lot of people that want to help you be successful, May. I think part of it is a little self-help for yourself. I guess for me, anytime I have roadblocks, making phone calls, whatever the issue is, you just got to do it. Try it, practice, think about it, process it, and just do it again.
What is your like out of comfort zone? Like, what is your challenge? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't. When I was at your stage, I hated picking up the phone. I felt like such a slime ball calling people, even people I knew, because I just felt ick.
Right. Like, yeah.
Talking is okay.
How did you get over that?
I can talk like nonstop, like all day long, every day. This is my career. I love my job because it's mostly talking. People relations, you know, like personal connections. And personally, I am good at that. And because I am not native born in the United States, you know, my accent, my skin tone, people remember me. Actually, I don't let them to forget about me. But this technology, like, it's very simple. I know most of like viewers are millennials. I am not. It's like ridiculous. Are you afraid of computers? Like for them, it's so idiotic. I understand that, but I have like huge fear of even this like cell phone. You know, it's smartphone.
Oh, wow.
It's insulting me. It's smarter than me.
I can relate. There are many times my wife has almost thrown the computer out the window. It's like, I don't have any magic answers other than
play with it, like doing Legos. Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, like Legos. That's a good analogy. Or put a mindset of something that makes you feel wonderful. If it's going to the shore or the forest, you know, like just somehow play some tricks with yourself in terms of what a wonderful thing it is to be engaged with technology. Or the other, you know, I don't know your situation in your business or your ability to bring other talent in, that's a core competency. It's another way to grow your team with someone that is really tech savvy. It's the only thing I can think of.
Living in Silicon Valley, like I am half an hour away from San Jose. It's like ridiculous to be like me, you know?
Yeah. Well, May, you just got to let that go and embrace it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. That's what I'm hearing. I don't mean to be, am I off base, you guys?
No.
No, I get you. I get you. Yesterday or day before, somebody told me just go on command and just spend 5 minutes. Just look at it.
Right.
Just visual. Just don't do anything. Just look at it and get
Yeah.
familiar with that command. You know, like type of the writing and like puntos or whatever it is. You know, just so I am putting that on my daily calendar. Like 5 minutes on
Yeah.
command. 5 minutes.
Are you in the Gateway office, May?
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. So in Santa Cruz, is there a command or a tech ambassador?
Oh yeah, Jason. We have Jason, and Jordan is with my office too.
Yeah.
They are incredible. They are so master of that technology. But
But
even
you did enough to get
like,
on.
my brain doesn't take it. Like my brain ignores when they start speaking about command.
So here's my suggestion. You obviously got on the Zoom meeting, so you got that figured out.
Oh yeah.
Ask them for some time. Have them share your computer screen, and you work together side by side. You driving your computer. I think it's important that you drive the computer. You get the hand-eye coordination embedded, and just do some little simple task in command, and then celebrate.
The reason I am so attached to command because I truly believe it cuts off expenses when it comes to marketing and people relation, and even just simple advertisement on Facebook. It's really reasonable, like $3 in a day.
Yeah.
That's really good deal. I mean, I spent $300-400 for postcards. I am old fashioned. But it's, yeah, everything. So
once you go through this hand-holding of one little tiny thing to do in command to improve your business, get that implemented, then there are a wealth of resources, videos on Keller Williams International, the answer link of how you put tags in your database. They have really got a really rich set of help.
Have you ever done international deals, Rod?
No, I love traveling international.
I just got my passport, actually. I'm so happy.
That's
Ooh.
cool. Yeah.
Where are you going?
Nowhere
Karen
now.
and I,
It's
Karen and
COVID time. Stay at home.
So there's a certificate for international, and I don't really have any experience. So we are at the top of the hour. Let's just check that there isn't anything else that I've been asked to share. So I think this is, so I believe that you're already, all of you have been in the class. Get 10 more contacts added to your database. Have those conversations. May, it sounds like you're comfortable to do that. Hey, look, here's handwritten notes.
I do handwritten notes, and people love it.
Yes, yes. It's true. I was helping one of these network people. They're actually a technical evaluator to evaluate. It's very techy, but he's a client of ours in this network group. Wouldn't be one that would refer clients to us typically. At any rate, I had a conference with him about how to improve his effectiveness within the networking group, and we're on a Zoom together, and I was like, oh, I'd almost sort of forgotten. I'm a little embarrassed, but I'm going to unshare here. He said, Rod, thank you very much for your note. It was really great. It's like, oh, you're so welcome, David, anytime. So we really appreciate you being one of our clients. So anyway, good. I'm glad you're comfortable with that. So yeah, okay, here we go. Here's a message: build your database, and I wish you the best of success. I'll put my information in the chat box. Is there anything else as we wrap?
No.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
just
Rob.
want to tell May as well. Sometimes our prejudging ourselves cripple us. Sometimes we do feel scared from embarking into new world that we're not familiar. But if you get rid of that thought that is too difficult, I'm not sure I can do it, somebody else is better than me,
Yeah.
I think that will make things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
May,
Right.
did you take Bold? That was in May.
Pivot, I did, and I got one business. I closed one contract with it, and I got 3
Oh,
other
wow.
Oh, that's great.
Pivot.
I was
Wow.
gonna say though, they mentioned the monkey mind. Do you remember them saying
Yeah.
that?
Drunk Monkey.
Yeah.
My
Those
Drunk
really
Monkey
believe-
talks about technology.
Drunk
I can
Monkey.
hear them.
So Laura, do you have any closing comments?
No,
I
it
don't know
sounds
how-
like you had a great class and did great, and it's great participation. So thank you so much.
Well, you're really welcome. I think it makes all the difference is to have the engagement. I hope that all
Right.
of the participants felt like you were available to ask questions or get clarification. You know, I didn't want to make this just let's follow the slide set.
Great job, Rod. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
I wish each of you fabulous success in your careers. You can download the chat, I think, before we close the meeting to get all the resources that have been presented, and that you can look at them later. Do you guys know how to do that?
No.
Okay, let's do a little Zoom training. That's another thing is Zoom's a way to meet. If you're not comfortable with Zoom, Zoom is full of videos on how to maximize your presence on Zoom. You know, like Laura's got a virtual background in her computer. The lighting. There's so many things that are important, and they give you some great hints. Like Zachary, no offense, but like you're in the dark, buddy. It's really
Yeah,
hard
I
to do.
know. I need to find a better spot.
Yeah, or maybe just rotate. I don't know what your room is like that you're in, but just get some more. There we look.
Oh,
at that.
that's way, whoa.
What a difference. So this is your impression with your first contacts. I'm doing virtual buyer intakes and virtual listing appointments with Zoom now, and these impressions are important, you know. So
Definitely.
anyway, I don't mean to digress on that, but the how to use Zoom and get the chat. So if you get your chat window open right now, you'll see 3 little dots on the bottom of your
Mhm.
chat.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder if you have it disabled, Laura.
I know, I just looked at it and I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know how to do what you're suggesting.
So, oh yeah, so Laura, okay, I don't know which, anyway, no, it depends on how the host is set up, and I apologize.
Is it file? You click on file?
That's to upload files,
Right.
which is
Okay.
what one of the participants did to get the guide for one of our people that didn't have the guide. Clifton uploaded a guide, it was wonderful. So anyway, I'm sorry you can't download the chat, but scroll through before Laura closes the meeting up and grab anything that you think is important in terms of phone numbers, or Laura put a lot of information about how to get the
And
resource.
certainly the chat it will be saved. All the files are saved. And so if there's something
Okay.
that you need, you can reach out to Crystal, Renee, or Rosie, and they can help you get that information. And we've been, of course, providing the video recording to everyone afterwards as well. Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Are we
You guys
good?
rock it. Thank you.
All right, everybody have a great
Yeah.
day. Bye.
Bye-bye.